Alright guys, welcome back to my channel Monkey Wrench. I'm Kelly, the monkey with the wrench. Today I'm going to show you a real quick, easy way to modify your e-bike to remove the need to use a key without screwing up your manufacturer's warranty, without changing anything permanently. It's only going to take a few minutes. Simple tools, I think just a Phillips head screwdriver and a plug. So let's get to it.
Please subscribe.
This is my Jasian X-Hunter ST. The ST stands for step through. And one thing that I do not like is carrying keys, using keys in any way. So we're going to modify this to no longer need a key, which seems a little crazy considering this is a brand new bike. But that's what we're going to do. We only need to open it far enough to get the battery out. So I need to turn the key to unlock the battery. Okay, you got to take the key out after you unlock it to get the battery out. Alright, now you might be surprised to know that the key literally only does two things. And both of them involved in the battery. One, it locks the battery in place. So when I stick the key in the battery, this little nubbin here comes out and it locks it into the frame. There's a hole for it to go in on the frame. It just sticks out of the battery and locks it in the frame. So you just unlock it, take the key back out, you get the battery in and out. The other thing that the key does is make the connection between the battery and the bike itself. And that's the part that I don't care about. When I'm out and about on this bike and I want to charge it, there's a hole in the frame of the bike, so the charger gets plugged right in through the hole in the frame, right into the battery. So I can charge the battery without ever removing it from the frame. So I can leave it locked in the frame for the next 5 years. Until the battery's no good. So I don't have to take it in and out of the frame to charge it. So it's going to stay locked in the frame. I'm going to hide a key. I already know the spot I'm going to hide a key for emergencies when I'm away from home. If I need to remove the battery. If I go to the casino for 24 hours or something, I might want to remove the battery. Put it in my backpack, take it with me. Other than that, it's going to stay locked in the frame. And I do not want to carry a key to turn on my bike and turn it off, when that's not how you turn it on and off anyway. You turn it on and off with the button up on the handlebars that turns on the dash and all that. So, screw keys, hate keys, not using keys. It does not, anybody that wants to steal your bike is going to know that these bikes require a key and they don't have one, and they're not going to see it hanging out from underneath the bottom of the bike. So they're going to assume that it's no good to steal them unless they know how to do what I'm doing or replace the key. My current e-bike, 6 years old, never had a key, just has a power button. Never had an issue, never had it stolen. I hate keys. So we're going to remove the key from the situation here. And it's going to be pretty simple. I've got to remove a couple of screws. 1, 2 here, and 1 here should be it. There is no sticker on here. Some companies put a sticker on their battery that says do not remove or break the sticker or you void your warranty. This doesn't have that a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and take out these 3 screws and take this end off the battery. This is the hardest part about this, is getting these long screws out and not knowing how long they are. Okay, now I've got 3 screws out. Two of them are long, one of them is short. The two that are long go in the side that has two screws. The short one goes in the short one. Now, all I'm doing, let me see if I can get you in here. All I'm doing is dealing with these two white wires here, and there is a plug right here that connects these two. If I disconnect this plug, and this is just a JST plug, and in case you want to know for yourself, there are several sizes of JST plug for different remote controlled planes, RC cars, things like that. This is a JST plug 2.5 millimeter. That's the spacing between the two pins. All e-bikes use a standard 2.5 millimeter spacing. So this is a JST 2.5, and it's a 2-prong plug. They come in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's how many wires there are. But in our case, we have a 2-prong plug. So all I did was unplug it. Now there's two that come here from the battery, and the two that go to the key switch. Right now, if I were to try to turn the power on to the battery, there would be none because we're disconnected. Even turning the key on would not bring power to the battery. So what I've seen people do is take a paper clip and bend it into a U shape and stick it in the two holes and put some electrical tape on there. That's fine in a pinch, but it doesn't make perfect connection. I know this is low voltage. This is only probably a 6-volt connection. It's just sending a signal into the computer to say that it's got battery power or not. So you can get away with that, but I wouldn't do it. You can cause a short, it can fall out, it can cause a fire. It's just fucking stupid. So don't do it. This side of the wire we're not even going to mess with once it's unplugged. We're just going to stick it back in the space provided and leave it alone. So what I've got here, because I build my own e-bikes and I repair e-bikes for people, is I've got spare parts. What I have are controller units for ones that have burned out before, and I've kept them for spare parts. If you don't have anything to pirate spare parts out of, I'll leave a link in the description where to buy the JST 2.5 2-prong plug. And you can buy them on Amazon, they're cheap. So what I did was I cut one off of an old controller. So I have both a male and a female here. This is the one, this is the male that was on the motor controller, and the female end went to the brake handle. So all I'm going to do, oh, we need the female. This is male. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure that it fits. Okay. Then I'm going to strip the ends of these two wires. So I'm just going to strip these wires because all we need to do is make a permanent connection to bypass the off switch. And I'm just going to wrap these wires together like so. I'm going to put a little E-tape on it. Real simple, real easy. Now why would I do that? Well, even though I'm just using electrical tape and I'm wasting $1 worth of plug, this will not void the warranty on your bike. Why? Because it can be taken off in a few seconds and the bike can be put back to its original position, and you didn't cut any wires, you didn't stick a little jumper wire or a paper clip in the two holes and cause it to short and have black spots. something that any kind of tech would notice that you did. All we did was use an old plug as our jumper, put the wires together. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on this as well. Just to keep dust and dirt out of it. And to make sure that it doesn't fall apart. And it keeps a good strong connection. I'm going to double this back on itself. And the only thing we've done is unplug one and replace it with a plug where the wires are connected. Now our battery is fully connected. There's the other side that goes to our key switch. All we're going to do now is feed this back into its case. So make sure there's no wires there sticking out causing any issues. Put your smaller screw on one side where it's by itself. The two longer screws go in the two holes that are right next to each other. As Terrell would say, this is not rocket surgery. While this is electric and it is 48 volts, you could shock yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't do it. Don't light your bike on fire. Don't electrocute yourself with a very big, powerful battery. If you don't know how to deal with a plug and some electrical tape and what you can and can't safely work on, just don't do it. Hire a professional or send it to me in the mail and I'll do it for you. So once our battery's back together and all the screws are tight, now I got to open up the bike again just to show you that it works. I'm trying not to drop the battery. I had to grab the keys. Again, pain in my dick. Push the battery up in place. Put the keys in it. Lock it. Make sure the nub is sticking out. Always lock your battery before you attempt to close it. If the battery's not up and in the lock position, when these pins attempt to connect into the battery, you could bend them if the battery's not in the perfect spot. Lock the frame. So here's the keys. This is how you turn it on anyway. Whether the key's in it or not. You usually take the key, you put it in from underneath, you turn it, and then you press this button right here. And that comes on. And in order to turn it back off, you press and hold the same button, and that kills it. So now, here's my keys in my hand. They're not in the bike. There's the bottom of the bike. They're not in the bike. And now, I no longer need a key to turn my bike on and off. So the last thing I'm going to do, this is just Velcroed on. What I'm going to do is separate these keys and take one key, and I'm going to put it right there. In fact, I might as well do it now. Because that way, if there is an emergency and I need to access this thing, I can do so. And even though I can't think of any reason why I would have an emergency, I should have put it through the key. Let me get another zip tie and go through the top of the key. Guess I'm out of black zip ties. Thanks, Salem, for getting me some gray ones from your job. And I want to, see, I got a zip tie here. So I'm going through the key. And making sure that that sucker can't come off. These are the expensive Nipex that my neighbor Salem got me from his job. Thanks, buddy. Everything you get me for the shop, I use on a regular, bro. And then I can simply take this, put it back where it belongs, Velcro it back together, and there's no thief that's gonna know to look in there for a key. You can't see that it's in there. It's not any wider than the wires. It's not going to fall off. I can ride 1,000 miles with it. It's not going anywhere. And if I do need to get the battery out of the frame, I'll never need the key to turn on the bike. And the way I've done it with the new plug, a second plug, means that if there is ever a fault with the battery and it's under warranty, all I have to do is undo the tape, pull the new plug off that I put, plug those two wires back in, put the battery back together, and I can send it off to Jasian to warranty work the battery, whatever's necessary. But now when I'm out and about, if for some reason I need to pull that battery out of the frame, I've got a key hidden there. No one will ever think to look there, in the wires, blah, blah, blah. There you go. So I hope this helped. If it did, leave me a comment below. This will work on literally any purchased e-bike because the keys all work the same. There'll be two wires coming out of the key. You just have to connect them constantly. You can bypass the key on any bike. It may be subtle differences, but it's going to work the same. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Don't forget, the next video is me adding a second battery to this bike. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's going to take about 10 minutes, easy peasy. It's all plug and play. I think I'm going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and we can add a second battery to this bike. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere between my chin and my balls, and I'll see you soon.